Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem that is using positive and negative tiles, these integer tiles, to demonstrate subtraction and addition of positive and negative integers. Okay, so this problem comes from, this is CPM and it's course 2, CC2. And this is section 3.1.2. 3.1.2, number 3-21. All right, so we'll read this together and go through this. So Justin is working with the integer tiles shown in the diagram at right. So that's these here. What is the value of Justin's diagram? So if I look at what I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 positive tiles. So I'm going to say that's 6 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negative tiles, right? So when you take 6 plus negative 6, 6 positives, 6 negatives, you get a value of 0, right? So that's the initial answer, is the value of 0. And you can look at it too when you take these positive and negatives. Each set of positive and negative, each pair of a positive plus a positive plus a negative, each of those all cancel out. So we're left with nothing, which is 0. Okay. So it says if Justin removes 3 positive tiles, what will the value be? So now I'm going to draw them all again here so I can have my diagram. He removes 3 positive tiles. So that's taking these 3 tiles and removing them from the set. So then what would be the answer, right? So removing 3, when you think about removing that operation would be subtraction. So I had 0 and I remove 3, right? So what do I have left? Again, we can look to see these pairs here are canceled. Those are zeros. And what's left over after removing those 3 positives are 3 negatives. And we look, 0 minus 3 is negative 3. So that's the value there. It says if Justin starts with the original diagram, excuse me, Justin starts with the original diagram and removes 3 negative tiles, what will be the value? So again, I'm going to rewrite the original diagram. 6 positives, 6 negatives, and this time he removes 3 negatives. So I take 3 negatives and I remove them. What's the value? So what does that look like? Well, one more time, we had 0 in the original, and I'm subtracting, because I'm removing is subtracting 3 negative tiles. So I'm subtracting negative 3. So that expression is 0 minus negative 3. And what's left? Well, again, you look and see these sets here, 0 out, and what's left is 3 positives. So that equals positive 3. And why is that mathematically here? Because when you say 0 minus a negative, anytime you subtract a negative, subtracting a negative is a double negative. It's a double, it's adding a positive, right? It's the opposite. Subtracting a negative all becomes really 0 plus 3. Minus a negative is the same thing as all addition of a positive. Add the opposite. So again, answer is 3. Justin has a new arrangement of tiles shown at the right. If he removes 4 positive tiles, what would it be? So what do we have for an arrangement now? If I total this out, I've got positive 4 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 6, right? So there's 4 positives, 6 negatives. That's the expression that we have, which if I then do the math, these pairs cancel and you're just left with negative 2. And so really, and we see that 4 plus negative 6 is negative 2. So I have a negative 2. So what do I do? Now I'm going to take and remove, it says remove 4 positive tiles. So I'm going to take and remove 4 positive tiles. Take them off the diagram. Well, what is that expression? That is the expression that we've just done, is we've taken that negative 2 and we're subtracting positive 4. So negative 2 minus 4 is, what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives left. It's negative 6, right? And why? If we think about the math here, negative 2 minus 4. You could also look at this as a number line. If I start at negative 2 and I'm subtracting 4, I'm going this direction. Subtracting positive 4 is that way. And if I'm subtracting 4 that way, I end up at negative 6. Or another way to look at it is when you say negative 2 minus 4, that means the same thing as adding the opposite, which is plus a negative. So it's -2 plus -4. You can look at it that way as well. Either way you look at it, our answer is going to be -6.